So when people start a fitness journey, obviously they have the incentive that if they do the shit that they do, such as track their nutrition, create calorie deficit, go to the gym, and all that good stuff, that they're eventually going to result in them being happier, being more confident, losing weight, being able to go out and get your picture taken without feeling uncomfortable or self-conscious. All of these really, really lovely incentives as to why you should be doing the shit that you need to do. Obviously, long term, you're going to be happier. But that's the issue. They're very, very long term. At the end of the day, I'm not going to be lying to you right now. I'm going to be fully transparent and say that fat loss and transforming your body, it does take time. And as human beings, we're very, very impatient. So obviously, if we do not see some sort of results happen straight away, then we might get a little bit demotivated and a little bit deflated. It's just because these days, if we want anything, then we can literally get it with a touch of the button. If you want food, go onto Deliveroo. If you want a hookup, go onto Tinder. If you want something from Amazon, next day delivery. So we're very, very impatient, and we're actually privileged to be in a time and age whereby we can literally get anything with a click of our fingers. We don't have to go on a hunt for food anymore, do we? Let's be honest. So given a target of achieving a certain goal, which you know is going to take time, is kind of going against our innate beliefs and what we get right now. So what I suggest that you do in order to make this whole fitness journey a hell of a lot easier, and so you can actually celebrate things more quickly, is have short-term incentives for doing the shit that you need to do. And I've got to be very, very careful in saying this, because what I don't mean by incentives is saying, oh yeah, I've been really, really, really good with my diet today, let's pig out and get a takeaway. Or, okay, I went to the gym, let's have some chocolate. Because at the end of the day, that's going to set up a precedent for a very unhealthy relationship with food. You don't need a treat for being well behaved or doing the shit that you need to do because you are not a dog. No. What I mean by incentives is set yourself short-term goals or short-term outcomes that you are going to reward yourself with. For example, community, the KP Collective, I'm really obsessed with building a decent community of people who are all like-minded, trying to achieve a similar goal of both looking and feeling phenomenal for life. And I make it my sole ambition that every single week I reward that community for doing things that they probably wouldn't done prior, or making a shit ton of progress. I do this with Team Member of the Week awards, Team Member of the Month awards. I hold a yearly end-of-year awards night in which everyone gets a lot of decent rewards and prizes, free drinks, free food, you get the idea. And every couple of months I also hold challenges within my team as well. So basically my team members have to rack up a certain amount of points by doing certain fitness-based actions such as tracking their food, achieving personal bests, going to the gym. And the more points that they rack up, the higher on the leaderboard that they're going to get. And there are prizes dictated to people who get first, second, third and fourth and fifth places in these challenges. And these act as very, very short term but also very incentivized way to make sure that they do the shit that they need to do. For example, one of my team members called Simon. Now, Simon is an absolute legend. He is consistent and he gets the shit done that he needs to do. He was the winner of the last challenge and he won by quite a big margin. This is simply because he was racking up all the points that he needed to do by making sure his nutrition was on check, by making sure he went to the gym, by making sure he got personal best and progressing, and he racked up a metric shit ton of points. Now, his incentive for doing that was obviously achieving first place in the challenge, and he was rewarded for a date night with him and his missus to a really decent restaurant. I paid for it. But what you need to understand is that the results he got in those 4 weeks of making sure that he nailed the challenge was absolutely outstanding. He lost a shit ton of body fat. He got a shit ton more stronger. He did things that he wouldn't have done prior to doing that, such as try out new shit in the gym. And he just felt way better within himself. Remember, the incentive was come first in the challenge, get a prize. The byproduct of making sure that he did all these things to earn this prize was his physical results. See what I mean? There was more incentive for him to do it, a more humanistic, more behavioural, more enjoyable incentive for him to do it as well. So what I recommend you do, I reckon you set yourself short-term incentives as well. As I said previously, don't say to yourself, if I go to the gym, I'm going to reward myself with a chocolate bar or anything like that, because that sets a very, very, very negative precedent for your relationship with food and exercise. But set monthly goals or monthly outcomes and give yourself a prize for doing so. For example, if you manage to get to the gym 12 times in a month, take yourself away for the weekend. If you manage to be bang on with your nutrition for about 2-3 weeks, then treat yourself with a meal out with your friends or something. If you manage to achieve your long-term outcome of half a stone in 3 months, then book yourself a holiday as a reward. Going even further, set yourself incentives for things that you don't want to do. So for example, if you feel like you're very, very inconsistent with the gym and you lack the accountability to go, have yourself what we call a gym jar. And what a gym jar is, it's kind of similar to a swear jar. Every time you say to yourself, I'm going to go to the gym, and then you do not do it, you're going to put a little bit of money in that gym jar. Now at the end of the month, based on the amount of money in that gym jar, you're going to spend that money on somebody that you hate to buy a gift for them. Now you really don't want to do that, do you? Therefore, it's incentive for you to go to the gym and get the shit done that you said that you would do. You need to set yourself more incentives than literally, I'm going to lose this amount of weight, I'm going to be this confident, I'm going to be this strong. Because even though they should be incentive enough, we're humans, and unfortunately, because it's so long term, we don't really understand that. And because it's so far ahead of us, we will feel a little bit demotivated and deflated for that. So set yourself little incentives, little milestones to hit, reward yourself as the days, the weeks, the months and the year goes on, and you're going to find it's so much more likely that you actually stick to your journey. I hope that helps and I hope that makes sense. If you like this video, give it a like. If you've got any questions, comment below because I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. And if you want any more free fitness or fat loss based content without any of the bullshit, as always, make sure that you're either subscribed to this channel or following my Instagram at k.p_health. Peace.